Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, August 10th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day, of course, as you know. My favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades is at the end of the day, in the last hour, and in particular in the last few minutes. I say this because during the day you have the day traders and the algorithms. They are the one that are in control of the price. They're moving the price around. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best information, best technology, and they start to take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. And I consider them the smartest money on the street. Therefore, I like to make my buying and selling decisions on the levels that I'm looking at based upon where the large financial institutions move the price right before the close. So thank you all for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. I appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a good day, whatever you're doing. Hope you're having a good day in the markets. Appreciate you spending your time here, and I hope by doing so that it's helping you with your trading and your investing. So currently the Dow Jones is up 160 points, up 0.46%. NASDAQ, however, down 65 points, down 0.44, and the S&P up slightly, up 5.41, up about a little over 0.1%. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current swing positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. After that, I'm going to take you over, show you my day trades today. It's been a really good day of day trading. I'll show you the trades, why I got in, how I managed them. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions, take a look at where they bought them and how they're doing. That will be fun. After that, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk about trader psychology. Most important skill you'll ever learn in trading is the ability to keep your emotions level and follow your plan. Doesn't matter if you're talking trading, if you're talking martial arts, if you're talking whatever skill it is, where there's a lot of pressure and competitiveness, you need to keep your emotions even keeled. And in trading, so super important. You have to follow your plan. You have to learn how to trade. You have to learn about support, resistance levels, profit targets, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not that hard. But what is hard is following the rules. It's like going on a diet, right? People know how to lose weight. They eat less, or they eat better foods. They exercise more. Like, it's proven. We know that's going to work. It's the same with your trading plan. If you have a good trading plan based upon good trading principles, it's going to work. If you're going to have an edge, not every trade, but over the long run, it will work. But just like with a diet, you know what to do, but whether or not you can follow it is a whole different story because of the emotions of being hungry or whatever the emotions are, right? It's the same with trading. You're making money, losing money. If you make a lot of money, that can destabilize you emotionally. If you lose a lot of money, you can destabilize you emotionally. You have to keep right there in that happy place where you're still following your rules. So if you're not following your rules, if you're finding yourself with a lack of discipline, get with somebody to help you out. Talk to your friend or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever. But you will not be a profitable trader in the long run if you cannot manage your emotions. So that's a long way of saying why I'm going to talk about trader psychology today. All right. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. Of course, I have 3 requirements before I look to enter any new trade. First, I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need a good risk to reward ratio, at least minimum 2 to 1. If I'm risking $1,000 to the downside, I need to be able to make at least 2,000 or more to the upside. And then number 3, you have to have a good trading plan, regardless of what you're trading and what methodology you're using. For me, it includes the following. 1, I'm going to position size based upon the current volatility of the market. 2, I need to know what my maximum allowed loss is. 3, I need to know where my emergency stop is. 4, I need to know where my end of day stop is. 5, I need to know where my intraday profit targets are going to be. 6, I need to know where significant overhead resistance levels are. And 7, I need to have a good, solid trailing stop methodology in place so that if I have a profitable trade, I do not give it all back. All right. So using those 3 criteria, I'm going to go down through the end of day potential candidates. I'll try to narrow them down, looking at the risk to reward ratio, looking at the multiple time frames. And I'll try to narrow down to just the very, very best one, which I will buy right before the market closes. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. If there are any stock symbols that you are interested in today that you would like to get my opinion on, feel free, put them in the live stream chat. I will do my very best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits that they would like me to update on the board today, if you could please wait till the end of the day so that the market's closed, I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get them all taken care of. All right, so that's the plan for today. Hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right. Let's see who is here today. Paxton is here. Good to see you, Packy. David is here. Nice to see you as well, my friend. Kat is back. Hi, Kat. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Nigma is here and says, hi, everyone. Jonathan says, evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're having a good evening in Ireland. Anya T is here. Hello, everyone. Good to see you, Anya. Michael Wilkinson. Hi, everybody. Hey, Leva. What's happening? Dan with the peace sign. That's my favorite thing, Dan. I'm peace signing right back at you. If you could see me, I'm doing it. Nigma wants to look at WBA. All right, Walgreens. I guess we should look at it on the right time frame. Really nice move today. I feel like it's a deep dip buy. It's a close under the 200, close over the 200. I feel like it's a little extended at this point. Let's look at the weekly chart and see. Right above we have the 10 EMA and we have the -1 ATR channel. I mean, this could continue to go. Certainly this could continue to go. We triggered a fractal yesterday of the high with the 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. We are at the second ATR channel. 88% of prices fail at the second ATR channel. So I think me personally, I would look for something that has a better risk to reward, but that's certainly a valid signal. Hope that helps, Enigma. Miko is here. Good afternoon, Greg and everyone. Hi, Miko. Good to see you, Michael. Frank is here. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Appreciate everything that you do for this channel each day with your wonderful poems. Hope you're having a good day. Johnson is here. Hi, Greg and all. Good to see you, Johnson. Tracy, I haven't seen you for a while. She's the other half of the dynamic duo with Paxton. And so proud of Tracy and so proud of Paxton. They've learned so much and they're working so hard. There's my very good friend Ava. Hello, everyone. Hi, Ava. Nice to see you. Looking forward to our lesson tonight. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel, my friend. You know I always appreciate it, and you know everyone else in this chat appreciates it as well. Zach, good to see you, Zach. Nice to have you back. What's going on? Hope you're having a good day. Nigma says thank you. You are welcome. Okie dokie. George is here. Hi, all. Good to see you, George. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are. And yeah, well, let's get to it, shall we? Let's get on to it. All right. Airbnb. All right. So Kamal and Jonathan bought Airbnb with a deep dip buy under 30, over 30. They bought it at 131.90. It's currently 148.25. Monster trade for Kamal and Jonathan. Congratulations, up 12.22%. Way to go. Steve Burns, dynamic duo, Greg, which is me, and Gary also bought Airbnb with a different signal with a 520 crossover, bought here at 144.12 with the 520 crossover. Of course, as it moves up, I always take profits, partial profits. 4 days ago, it got to my trailing stop level, so now I'm in trailing stop mode, meaning that if I get a close below the previous day's low, I will lock in half profits. This pink line here is yesterday's low of 148.70. We're at 148.24. So if we close below 148.70, I will lock in half profits on this particular trade. And so far, the second trade with Steve, Dynamic Duo, Gary, and myself, this one's up 2.76%. So all in all, everyone involved in Airbnb is doing well. ARC. All right, so Gary and I did buy ARC with the trigger of the fractal, the close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. Bought at 123.32. Next day moved up strongly, took some profits. I believe hit some profit targets again yesterday. My end of day stop on this is the 200-day moving average. You can see we came down, we went underneath it slightly. We're right back over it. That is my end of day stop. So if we close under the 200-day moving average, I will have to go out and take a small loss on this. If we close above, I will continue to hold it. FAS. FAS. I almost said fastly, but I didn't. I don't know why I always do that. But Steve, myself, Frank, did buy FAS with the 520 crossover at 109.05. It's currently 122.61. It's up 2.71% on the day, and this particular trade is up 11.10%. I have moved past my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Have to check this though. Did we reject the 70 already today? If we did, I'm going to have to get out of half. And it got to 67.38. So no, but we are above 65 RSI. Therefore, if I get a close below the 5 EMA, I will lock in all profits. But this has been a wonderful, wonderful trade. We're at the third ATR channel. 92% of prices at the very best go sideways or go down. It could continue. There's an 8% chance it could continue. So I will keep holding this until we reject the 70 RSI or we have a close below the 5 EMA. But this has been a wonderful, wonderful trade. Netflix, not so hot tamale. Michael Martin and I did buy Netflix with the trigger of the fractal and the close over the 200-day moving average. Bought this at 524.94. It's currently 514.46. It's down 5.51 dollars today, down 1.07%. This particular trade, unfortunately, at the moment is down 1.95%, and we are under the 200-day moving average. That's my end of day stop. If it closes under the 200-day moving average, I will go ahead, follow my rules, get out for a small loss. If it closes back above, I will hold it. PagerDuty. Myself, Dynamic Duo, we did buy PagerDuty with a 520 crossover, trigger of fractal. Bought it here at 41.96. Moved up nicely. I continued to take profits as it moved up. It has not reached my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level yet. My end of day stop here is a 200-day moving average. We are below the 200-day moving average right now. If it closes under there, I will go ahead, lock in the loss on that trade. SPY, of course, I buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning, take that overnight risk, sell it first thing at the open. Bought this yesterday at 442.13. Sold it at the open at 442.62. So nice little overnight profit. And I will be buying this again today at the close with a market on close order. All right, let's go to day trades. Really nice day trading today. This has been a great month for day trading for me. And let's see, this trade was way back in the morning. We had this huge big bar up, not going to chase that, had to move back down, held the range of the bar, triggered a V1. I bought it here at 49.77. Next bar moved up nicely. I sold half. I sold a portion at 49.93. Another big bar up, sold another portion at 50.07. Another big bar up here, sold at 50.23. And then we lost the 200-day moving average, sold at 50.12. So in at 49.77, out at 49.93, out at 50.07, out at 50.12, and out at 50.23. So nice little trade. Went much higher after that, but I was still fine with the trade. And let me make sure that I don't erase yeah, that's Kamal's right there. Okay, next trade, Apple. Believe this one was a short. Shorted Apple back here on the 5-minute, had a bullish engulfing bar to the downside, plus a V1, plus a false breakout to the downside, and lost the 50 RSI. I shorted here at 145.87, had a nice move down. I covered a portion at 145.76, and then I had a big down bar, covered the rest at 145.60. So I shorted at 145.87, covered at 145.76, covered at 145.60. So that was all good. And then gold. I did buy some gold today. Long position on gold. Here we go. We were above the value zone. We came into the value zone. We had sideways motion. We had a false breakout to the downside and a V1. I went long at 61.82, sold a portion at 61.91, another portion at 61.93, another portion at 61.95. Had this big reversal bar, got out of the rest at 161.88. So really good day trading today. Very happy and grateful for that. Always happy and grateful whenever I have a nice green trade. So let's go over to your positions, shall we? See what's happening. Here we go. Steve Burns did buy FVRR with an under 30, over 30 deep dip buy. He bought it at 178.51. It's 172.22. Down on the day so far and down on the trade, but still holding the 30 RSI. Berkshire Hathaway, Ava, beautiful trade. Ava's had some magnificent trades. Sorry. 520 crossover, trigger of a fractal in the value zone after sideways motion. Bought at 280.90. It's 288.43. It's up 0.37%, and Ava is up 2.62%. Way to go, Ava. Just had some magnificent. All right, good trades. All right, Kamal. Kamal had a beautiful trade on Boeing. Under 30, over 30, I believe. Bought at 207. It's currently 235.80. It's up 1.52%. And Kamal on this beauty of a trade is up 14.15%. Let's give Kamal a hand. Coin. All right. Jonathan did buy coin. Back here, this nice sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V2, 520 crossover, bought at 245.09. It's 271.33. It is a bit down today, but Jonathan is still up 9.63% on this trade. Caterpillar, another beautiful trade by Ava, V1, intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought it right when it triggered the V1 at 205.30. It's currently 214.02, up 2.46 percent, up 4.02% on the trade. So way to go, Ava. Apps, oh boy. All right, so Ava bought apps with a higher low V2, deep dip buy, close above the 200-day moving average at 63.10. Moved up. Had earnings last night, gapped up, but failed miserably here. But I know Ava got out of the majority of her position before earnings, so I'm glad to see that. Alibaba, Jonathan bought a higher low V2 at 260 cents. It's currently 196.18. It's up 0.47% today, but it is down on the trade overall. Lemonade, Kamal bought Lemonade several days ago at 78.78. It's currently 83.26, down 2.45% on the day, but Kamal is up a nice 5.38% on the week. WDC, Steve bought WDC with a 520 crossover here at 68.73. It's currently 65.54, is down 3% today and also down on the trade. Spotify, this is Michael Martin, under 30, over 30 deep dip buy at 226.35. It's 216.27, down on the day, also down on the trade. Not Beyond Meat, Boyd Gaming, Steve, Frank, Dynamic Duo did buy Beyond Gaming with the 520 crossover at 59.07. It's currently 59.71, so this is up on the day and up on the trade. And last but not least, Ava bought Love, Love, right at the 200-day moving average yesterday. Got a great price at 56.90. It's 58.92. It is down on the day, but Ava is still up 3.41%. So really great trades there. Ava has just had some trades lately that's just taken her to the next level. So very, very happy for Ava. All right. Steve Burns is here. Steve, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are having a really good day. Thank you as always for everything that you do for this channel, all the great contributions that you bring, and I appreciate you being here. I know everyone else does as well. Paxton says, with PD losing the 50, does that trigger a sell at the close as well? It's not so much that it's losing the 50, that it's losing the 200-day moving average, Packy. That's why I will lock in my loss today with the loss of the 200. Michael Wilkinson says, Kamal with lots of exclamation points. Waterbender, nice to see you. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Steve Burns says, PLTR, 520 crossover today. All right, let me find what I did with my pen, and we will write that one down. So PLTR, let's take a quick look, see at this. PLTR. Yes, it does have a 520 crossover. It looks like earnings are on the 12th. Let me do a little math here. All right, let's get this on the board. Oakley dokley. Okay, so yes, 520 crossover. We have the 200-day moving average above 50, above. Weekly is in a good spot, so that one definitely could make sense. All right. Frank has a poem for us. I'm excited. I'm about to read it. Let me paste it over here so I can share that with the world a little bit later. All right, Frank, here we go. When the market's in a grind, a trader shouldn't mind, because over time you'll find you're really not behind. The plans you make and follow all eventually unwind. Profits outweigh losses when you're trading by design. Ha! So good, Frank. Always so amazing that you can do this every day. Let's read it again. When the market's in a grind, a trader shouldn't mind, because over time you'll find you're really not behind. The plans you make and follow all eventually unwind. I like that. Profits outweigh losses. Profits outweigh losses when you are trading by design. Amazing, Frank. That's a mic dropper right there. Really fantastic. Thank you. You are just some kind of savant or something. I don't know how to say it, but you are really amazing. Dan's giving a hand clap for that. Frank says, thanks, Kamal. Jonathan says, BKNG and LMT 200M. Okay, so let's take a look. BKNG. Yes, what are we at? 2196.80. We're at 2196.03. So currently we are under the 200-day moving average, but I do like the potential of the higher low close above the 200. Under 200, over 200. This one is a higher low. This low is higher than here, so that's a potential. We could throw that on there as well. What is that? BKNG. BKNG. All righty, we've got that. What was the other one? Lockheed Martin. Yeah, Lockheed Martin's a strange duck to trade that one. Yep, that one is definitely there. A little better risk to reward ratio. Well, the other one's not above. I don't like the overhead resistance on the weekly on Lockheed Martin. I actually like that BKNG better. Steve says Sony bouncing off of the 200 SMA. All right, let's take a look at Sony. Yes, it is. Steve's had some nice trades. That's a nice bounce off of the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA. Let me do a little math here. Oh no, my pen's running out of ink. Oh no. All right. And we'll put Sony up there and we'll look at Sony in just a bit. Yeah, we have a lot of potential end of days today, so we're going to have to really narrow it down, be a little persnickety, and try to narrow it down to just the very, very best one. All right, let's take a look here. Well, that's rude. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. All right. All right. What do we have? 127. All right. So listen, before we start looking at our end of day trades, before we start narrowing it down to just the very best trade, keeping in mind three requirements, right? Confluence, combination of indicators on multiple time frames, good risk to reward ratio, complete trading plan. But before we do that, I just want to switch gears, talk a little bit about trader psychology or maybe some good trading words of wisdom. This is from Sleek Options, at Sleek Options on Twitter. Really like this channel. Over the years, they've had some really good posts, and this one really resonated with me here today because I get a lot of questions. I get this exact question from a lot of people. Having monthly or weekly profit goals may force you into trades that should not be taken. Let your process determine that. One more time. Having monthly or weekly profit goals may force you into trades that should not be taken. Let your process determine that. And it's so true. When people say, well, you know, how much do you make a month or a week, or what's your daily goal? I'm like, I have none of that. I literally, it does not even cross my mind that I have some kind of goal per month. I just, because like Sleek Options is saying here, if you have that in your head of, oh, I need to make this much this today, or I need to make this much this week or this month, you know, you're forcing the market to adhere to what you want. It's never that way. You always adhere to what the market gives you. So, you know, if you have profit goals for a week or a month, you may end up taking trades that are not correct trades just because you're trying to make that profit. Do you understand what I mean? So, listen, if you don't have a trade for 5 days, you don't have a trade for 5 days. That's all there is to it. Don't force it because you're like, oh, I haven't made my weekly profit this month. It doesn't matter. The market's going to give you what it gives you. Don't have a fixed number in your head of this is what I have to make a day, or this is what I have to make a week, or this is what I have to make a month, because it may force you into a bad trade when you'll end up losing money instead of making money. Be patient. You know, like Warren Buffett says, there's no 3 strikes rule in the market. In baseball, there's a 3 strikes rule. You can't just sit there and wait for the perfect pitch. But in trading, in the market, you can. There's no one forcing you to take a trade. Large financial institutions actually have to take trades. They have order flow they have to keep up with. But you, as an individual trader, small individual trader, have the number one advantage over the large financial institutions, and that is you do not have to trade. You can be patient, wait for the perfect proverbial perfect pitch to come across the plate before you make a trade. So I think you get my point. But yeah, if you have in your mind you have to make this much a week or this much a month, you're gonna probably take trades to try to achieve that. And if they're great trades, great. If they're legit trades, fantastic. But if they're not legit trades and you're trying to force, most likely you're gonna lose money. So just be patient, take what the market gives you, and just be happy with it. All right. So thank you, Sleek Options. Again, they have some good information over on that channel, at Sleek Options over on Twitter. Thanks for that post, Thanks for the post, Sleek Options. Boy, I'm tongue-tied today. What's happening? What's happening? Okay. Steve says SQSP bounced under and back over the 30 today. SQSP. Oh, that's Squarespace. Yep. Well, a little while ago it was. Right now I have it at 29.82 on the RSI, so that would not be legitimate, at least for me, not yet. But by the end of the day, that could definitely be above 30. That would be a deep dip buy of an under 30, over 30 confluence. Let's look over at the weekly and see weekly. Well, we did test the previous low, so that's a bit of a good sign if we look at it on multiple time frames. But right now it is under the 30. Waterbender says, this is a good way to look at it. Less pressure. Frank has a fun fact. The cowardly lion of the Wizard of Oz fame wore a real lion's hide that weighed 90 pounds. You know, he did look kind of like a real lion, didn't he? And that's probably why. David, Fubo, 520 crossover and closing over the 200-day moving average. Well, I like the sound of that. F-U-B-O. Oh, yeah. So a lot of volume there, closing above the 200-day moving average. The weekly is up against the downward sloping negative or 1 ATR channel. Let's test this. Let's back test. I'm not sure I can back test Fubo. I'm going to try. Do I have it? Nope, I don't have it. I don't know if Steve or Kamal could back test the 520 crossover on Fubo, but on my back testing software, I cannot pull that one up. But David is right. We have a 520 crossover. MACD is green. We triggered a fractal, and we're above the 200-day moving average, and we have volume. So that all actually looks pretty good. But if someone could backtest that Fubo, that would be definitely interesting to take a look at to see if that does backtest well. Johnson says, I think Fubo has earnings. I do see earnings here. I don't know if Fubo was earnings. Yep, earnings today. Yeah. But I don't know. Was it this morning already? Are they out of the way? Or are they this afternoon? That's the key. All right. Before we start looking at new stuff, we need to take care of old stuff. Airbnb does look like at the moment it is going to close below the previous day's low after reaching the 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Therefore, I have some work I have to do on this one today at the close, but I'm waiting for the close. There's my blue I have to do something signal. I will be selling half, locking in half profits. ARC, holding right there at the 200. Currently, we're at 9 cents above the 200-day moving average. I will hold it if it closes above, and I will continue to be bullish if it holds above the 200-day moving average, closes above the 200-day moving average. If it closes below the 200, I immediately went bearish and went, nope, I'm out following my rules, right? ATVI, glad to see this back up into the profit now. Did we go over this? I think we did. Higher low V2 is why I bought it. It's up 1.68% today. Michael Martin, Ava, Gary, David, Dynamic Duo, and myself. All right. I think I skipped this one, or maybe I didn't. Sorry if I did. But it is profitable on the day. Profitable on the trade. Fastly has not rejected the 70 RSI. Looks like it's rejecting the negative or the third ATR channel. I think I'll just hold that one. Netflix looks like it's going to close under the 200-day moving average, so therefore I will get out, take my loss, follow my rules, be a good boy, and get out. Pager duty, close under the 200-day moving average, and I will be getting out. So the with the Nasdaq being down, that's hurting all the Nasdaq stocks. Then of course, SPY, the overnight SPY trade, buying that again today at the close. All right, Kat says Fubo is aftermarket. Fubo does not backtest well with the 520, doesn't backtest well negative, and earnings are after the close. All right. Let's head down and look at our end of day potentials and see what's happening, shall we? XOM has a higher low V2 back in the value zone. Here's day one. Yesterday went below day one by a quarter ATR. Today is above day one's close. And MACD is positive. We have not rejected the 50 RSI, although we're pretty close to it. Let's switch and look at the weekly. Weekly is above the 200-day moving average. I like that. That is a good confluence of signals. So far, I will keep Exxon on there. OLLI, also a higher low V2 back in the value zone. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly has the big down bar last week. You know that 50% of that is generally going to hold some resistance above. So if I place that there, that's about as far as I think that is going to get. My stop is all the way down here. Therefore, I will take OII off of the potential list. Lift looks pretty good today. Close over the 200-day moving average and a V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3. 2 washes out 1, 3 closes above day 1's close. We're at a 47.12. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, we're right at the halfway of that big down bar. Darn it. I have to let that one go as well. SPCE, which is space. Of course, we had a lot of support here. We rallied after earnings. We've come back all the way. It's a big down bar. MACD is still positive. We are holding the 200-day moving average barely by about 2 cents. Not a great looking bar. Definitely potential for some follow through to the downside as well. I think there's better than that. TER. Okay, so we have an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average and of the -1 ATR channel. Down 2.66% today. The weekly neutral in the value zone, pretty neutral in the value zone. I don't like the big down bar. I like the rejection. Gives a decent risk to reward ratio, so we'll keep it. Etsy, close over the 200-day moving average, so a deep dip buy did come from a lower low. I don't like lower low closes back above the 200 that much. We're right at halfway of last week's big down bar. So that being said, I'm going to take Etsy off the table as well. CCL, big, huge day today on Carnival Cruise Line. This has been a monster on the way up. We did get above the 200 earlier, and now we are below it. So rejection of the 200-day moving average, not that great of a sign. I'm going to take that one off as well. AT&T. All right, so we have a V1 bullish engulfing bar, false breakout to the downside from the low here. You can see today we took out that low and rally back up. Let's see how high we got on the day RSI wise. We got up to 47.89, so we did find some resistance. As always, let's take a look at the weekly and see what the weekly has to say. Weekly still has the 50 SMA and the -1 ATR channel above. I mean, I think this probably has another 20 cents in it as far as profit, but your risk on this one is probably 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15 cents. So I don't think it makes sense from a risk to reward standpoint. HA, Hawaiian Airlines. All right. Well, we have a higher low V2. Here is day 1, 2, 3. Notice Ava, we have the big up bar. We came back, we tested the halfway, it held and continued up. We have the 250-day moving average above us as potential resistance. Let's look at the weekly. A lot of resistance up here as well with the 100-week moving average, the 50-week moving average. So therefore, I am going to let that one go as well. XLE Energy. higher low V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3. A bit of a gap there. I don't like gaps on V2s. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly has resistance above it of the 5 and the 20. So therefore, I'm looking at Exxon as well. Exxon looks better to me than XLE here. Let me make sure I'm confident about that. Big down bar there, 50, 60. So it may have $1 to the upside. What would we be risking to the downside? 86 cents. It's a, I guess it makes, but we're right back at resistance here. We're getting near to the 50 RSI. And again, if I look at the weekly, a lot of resistance up here from a 50 Fibonacci standpoint and from the 5 and the 20. So I still like Exxon better than XLE. UAL, of course, airlines, higher low V2, up strongly today. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly I like better with the close over the 50 SMA on the week. So that one could be a potential play. Higher low V2. I'm looking at the 200-day moving average here as realistic resistance above. It's about the same distance to halfway of the washout bar for the stop. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly looks okay. It's above the 50. I mean, this may have $1.70 or something in it. I think I'm just going to stay away from it though with that 200-day moving average. Of course, gold has been beaten. I'm looking, we did have a rejection of the -1 ATR channel and a V1, but we're still under the 30 RSI. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly still has a resistance to the 100 above it, so I'm going to pass on gold as well. PLTR, Steve pointed out, has a 520 crossover, bit of a bearish bar here, closes below the open. MACD still is positive. We have earnings in 2 days, so I think I'm going to stay away from that one. BKNG, we talked about this, potential higher low close above the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average is at 2196.80. We're at 2196.39, so we are below it. So I think I'll just let that one go as well. Sony, Steve pointed this out. Bounce near the 200 and the 50, but not quite there yet. I'd like a more thorough rejection of the 50 and the 200. So that leaves right now, Exxon, with a higher low V2. Again, let me look at the week. The thing I like about the week though is that we're over the 200-day moving average. So on the weekly time frame, it looks pretty decent. Got really close to rejecting the 50 RSI, so I'm going to pass. TER, rejection of the 200-day moving average over on the weekly. It's neutral. And then UAL, yeah, so Exxon, TER, and UAL. Exxon, TER, and what was our other one? UAL. Those are my potentials today. I'm not sure I'm going to take any of them, to be honest with you. What do we have? We have about 15 minutes. I'm more concerned right now of getting out of my half of Airbnb with the close under. ARC, I'm going to be clearing ARC out of there if it closes under the 200. ATVI doing nicely. I'll keep it. Fastly doing nicely, I'll keep it. Netflix looks like I'm gonna have to sell this one for a loss with the close under the 200. PagerDuty, same there. And then SPY, of course, I'm buying SPY again at the close. So probably my favorite one today between these three would probably have to be Exxon, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna take the trade. TER. and UAL. It'll probably be Exxon. If I take anything, it will be Exxon. All right. Frank says, please don't ever give my wife the back test button, Steve. She may use it on me. Steve says, I exited the following positions based on closing prices below the previous day's low. Steve's out of Airbnb, as I will be. Steve is out of ARC, as I will be, and also out of WDC. Johnson says, Pins has been just above 57 most of the day. RSI is 31 and negative third ATR channel. Okay, so we have a confluence there. Yeah, I wish there was a double bottom bullish divergence. On your charts, it looks like you're over the negative third ATR channel, but on mine, Johnson, as you can see, I'm underneath it. I use SMAs on my Keltner channels. Maybe you're using EMAs, and that's why you're getting a different reading. Also, Upwork may be of interest tomorrow if it bounces from the 200. Let's take a look, Johnson. Yeah, I agree. Could be a nice confluence there of the 200-day moving average and the 30 RSI. All right. I think what I'm going to do... Glenn says, seasonally, Exxon is 0 for 5 over the last 5 years in August. Wow, that is good to know, Glenn. Thank you. That's one just... Thank you, Glenn, for your contributions. Really, I appreciate that. I know you have a good understanding of seasonal patterns, and you know, that's something we don't talk a lot about, but hey, every little edge I'll take, right? Every piece of information I will take for sure. All right, so we have about 12 minutes. I'm gonna hang out and just wait for but again, I'll be getting out of Airbnb today, out of half, not all. I'll be getting out of half of Airbnb. As a matter of fact, I'll just do that right now. While I am thinking about it. All right, out of half there. $111. That's okay. There we go. So that's done. ARC, I'm going to get out of ARC. Full position with the close under the 200-day moving average. All right. ATV I am keeping. FAS I am keeping. Netflix, I will be getting out of Netflix here with a close below the 200-day moving average. So I'm cleaning house a little bit, and I'm getting out of PagerDuty as well. So let's take care of that so I have everything covered. That's the key, everyone. The first loss is the easiest. Follow your rules. Take comfort that you followed your rules, and just get on out. Just get on out when you're supposed to get on out. All right, did I take care of everything? I believe I did. Oh, I didn't get a drink of water, though. Okay. All right. So back to potentials. Exxon, I think I'm going to pass. TER, I believe I'm going to pass. And UAL, I'm going to pass. So today's going to be there'll be no trades, but it's like I was talking about earlier. I'm not going to take a trade just to take a trade, not just because I'm in the habit of taking a trade. I'll take a trade if everything looks good, if I feel comfortable about the trade. I go on a walk every day after my podcast, and I always think back and replay everything I did. And I don't want to have any buyer's remorse or seller's remorse. That's my goal at the end of the day. Doesn't matter what the P&L is. I just don't want any buyer's remorse or seller's remorse. I feel like if I bought Exxon right now, I would have buyer's remorse. Like I could talk myself into it, but I'm just not feeling it. We're so close to that 50 RSI. There was a bit of a gap here. TER, if it was a different RSI level, sure. But right now, no. And then UAL, I don't think the risk to reward makes sense. So don't force the trades, right? That's basically my point. And hopefully I'm setting a good example for that today. I already sold half of Airbnb with the close below the previous day's low after reaching 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Sold ARC. ARC's done. ATVI, I am holding. So, I always use this analogy, everyone, but, trading is like keeping a garden. Let your vegetables, your flowers grow. Those are your winners. Keep your garden free of losses. Keep it free of weeds. I look at, if you have weeds in a garden, that's how I look at losses. And if you let your losses pile up too much, what does it do? It suffocates your garden. It suffocates all your winners. So weed those weeds right on out of there. Keep things green. Don't let the reds build. And so I'm getting rid of the red. I'm getting rid of the reds. The Airbnb, half, but still profitable trade, right? ARC, unfortunately, turned into a bit of a losing trade, but I just get out. ATVI, green vegetable, flower, whatever you want to call it, I'm keeping it. Fast, nice green flower vegetable, keeping it. Netflix, closing under the 200-day moving average, getting rid of the weed. PagerDuty, under the 200, getting rid of the weed. Okay. Looks like the NASDAQ's closing on the low here, or at least the lower side. We have 7 minutes. All right, so Steve is long Sony on the bounce of the 200-day moving average. I'm actually long RBLX on the 520 crossover from yesterday after the bullish candle. Okay. RBLX for Steve. Did I miss that one, Steve? Okay, sorry about that, bud. I didn't see that one. All right, so we'll put Steve here. $5.20 cross. Gotcha. Wes, A, how you doing, Wes? FHI 520. Do you use ATH as the resistance level? No, I use RSI levels mainly as my resistance levels. Like we're to 54.85. Yes, nice 520 crossover. I don't know if that back tests well. I don't know if I have time to back test it. I'll try real quick. FHI. No, I don't have that one. So yes, it has a 520 crossover. Does it back test well? I don't know. But as far as my resistance levels, mainly ATR channels and RSI levels. Can you go over why you are buying SPY at the close? So, oh, that's my friend Osti. How you doing? Good to see you. I'll tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I've been doing that for years, Osti. Let me grab a link for you. if I can find it. Here we go. All right. Here's the link, Asti, and that will tell you exactly why I use that methodology. I've been using it for years. I buy the SPY at the close. I hold it overnight, take the overnight risk. It will explain, I think it's 15 or 20 minutes. It will explain everything about that approach, what the numbers are, what the theory is. But we can always talk about that in person as well. But there's the link for you. Hope that helps. And thanks for coming by. I hope you keep coming by. Michael says, the only position I have right now is Sprouts Fresh Market. How's that for the garden? It's keeping the garden clean, yo. All right. Johnson says, AT&T V1. Yeah, I looked at AT&T. It looks okay. I just think the risk to reward ratio based upon the resistance above on the weekly doesn't make sense. Oh, today at the retracement. Can you just tell me what price it was, Steve? Oh, you bought on a retracement. Look at you. Sweet. All right. Yeah, Steve, if you could just tell me what the price is. Nigma says, as someone that invests on Exxon, I wouldn't put money into it at the moment. It has been unable to get above 57 for a while. Yeah, well, I'm not buying it. ORLY. Hey, DOP. How are we doing on time? Okay, let me look at this real quick, and then I'm going to have to turn my attention. ORLY. Pretty good. It's a V1 in the value zone, which I like. However, there's no sideways motion. If we look over at the weekly, a little high for me up at that second ATR channel. So anyway, if you're in that, glad to see it's moving up. But for me, it's not a legitimate entry. We've come from a lower high. That's not something I would be interested in. All right, that's all taken care of. So all I need to do here at the end of the day is buy the end of day SPY at the close with the market on close order, and I am good to go. Okay, Steve is also long SQSP at 44.97 on 30 RSI. And if you don't mind, Steve, if you could tell me on that RBLX so I could get that updated correctly. 1 minute to go, everyone. Let's see what VIXie's doing here at the last gas. Oh, down, down, down. Down, down, down. "30 seconds to go, everyone." All right, there we go. The market is closed. Let's take a look and see. Oh, that's good. Or I got filled on my positions today. All right, overnight SPY trade is going to be at 442.68 is my overnight SPY trade level. $442.68. All right, and that is all that I bought today. I did sell 1/2 of Airbnb. I got out of ARK. I'm out of that trade. Out of Netflix, yes. Out of PagerDuty. So listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please put them in the live stream chat and I will get to them in just a moment. First, I just want to remind everybody of a few things. One, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I feel like I'm really good at it. I know I teach a really good, excellent course that is going to make you a better trader. Swing trader, day trader, doesn't matter. All of these approaches that I use work on multiple time frames. That's what when a strategy or a system is called robust, it means it works on any market, any time frame. The course that I teach is 15 hours long, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. That's where you get your 15 hours. The course is $1,750, but I really do believe it is worth every penny. I know you're going to be a better trader. If you really want to learn something and really learn it well, do it one-on-one with your coach or your teacher. And that's why I offer these lessons, the one-on-one. It's very important to me that my students succeed. It's extremely important. I care about people. I care about their trading. I want them to be better traders. And so I burn a lot of calories in these lessons. So, if you decide you want to be a better trader, just send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. I will reply and say, how's it going? Thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. All I want to do is learn more about you, ask you some questions about your trading, your challenges, your trading goals. It's a great time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course. And after the call, you can think about it as long as you want. And then one day, if you decide, hey, today's the day, I really want to up my game and I want to be a better trader, email me back and we will get it set. Secondly, I do have a really good online video course on udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. I use this strategy all the time, whether I use it on monthly, weekly, daily, intraday bars. It's one of my bread and butter strategies. It's a great course. It only costs like 12 or 15 bucks on udemy.com. And but don't think the low price means it's not a lot of value there. There is. It's 9.5 hours of video, 26 videos total, and 15 study guides. So like I said, the link is in the description, and do yourself a favor, invest the 12 bucks. It's going to be the best 12 bucks you ever invested, I promise. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help to build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there is some valuable content here. And that's why I started this channel, was to help traders learn some good trading principles. So you can help me help them by just clicking on the thumbs up button before you head on out of here and get on with your day. All right, done with all of that. Let's take a look. I know Steve has some moves here. All right, so Airbnb. Steve is out of Airbnb. Whew. Okay, that one's done, Steve. Nice trade. ARK. Steve is out of ARK as well. And WDC out of WDC. Where are you, WDC? Okay. Out of WDC for Steve. Okay, Steve is long Sony. With the bounce near the 200-day moving average, this would be considered a deep dip buy. All right, and Steve, you got in where? Doesn't say. Okay. All right, there's for Steve. And then RBLX. Okay, I'm just going to assume, Steve, that you bought this here near the low, but maybe you'll show there. So, okay, I have Sony. I have RBLX. Steve is long SQSP. At 44.97 with an under 30, over 30. Nice, Steve. 44.97. Okay. Kamal is out of Airbnb. Way to lock that in, bud. Proud of you. Very nice trade, Kamal. Gary is out of Airbnb. Where are you, Gary? There you are. Steve Burns says, my current positions are Squarespace, BYD, RBLX, Sony, Fast, Fiverr. Gotcha. Jonathan is out of Coin. Nice trade, Jonathan. Beauty. All right. And Netflix. That's Jonathan. Why don't I have Jonathan on here? Okay, well, you're off anyway. Aussie said, nice to be here, my friend. Please come back. Please come back. Looking forward to working with you as well. Steve says, RBLX at 84.97. Was I close? No. 84.97. Roger that. Sony. 192. Okay. Got that. Paxton is in Squarespace. Where did we go? So Packy, that's the dynamic duo right there. Out of half Airbnb. Okay. Sold one halfie. 10-4, roger that. Okay. Out of ARC. And out of PagerDuty. Yeah, same with me. Aussie Alexander, that's a name, isn't it? Asti Alexandria, that's a great name. Ava is out of apps. All right. Let's see. Dynamic duo, not out of apps. Or no, that was Michael Martin. Sorry. Okay. Nigma says, take care, everyone. Thank you, Nigma. Appreciate you coming, my friend. Hope you have a really good day. Zach says, I bought it. Was so worth it. Would recommend to anyone. Oh, thank you, Zach. Appreciate that, my friend. David is out of ARC. All right. I thought we'd get a little ARC action. Jonathan says, cheers, guys. Time for a night walk along the beach. Wow, that sounds great. That sounds fantastic. Ossie said, definitely I will. Sweet. That sounds really good. Okay, so, interesting. Listen, if you have any other questions, anything I can answer, let me know. But before I let you go, let me read this. I read this every day. I really do mean it. But listen, if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Cornfield. You know, this is something I try to do every day, right? I mean, it's not a big deal. It's free. Maybe just be, patient with someone. Maybe just give them a smile, hold the door open for them, pick up their donut if they drop their donut. You know what I mean, right? It's just the small little things. But one random act of kindness daily really would make the world a better place. If you could also go out and do that for an animal that you come across, that would be twice as good. Just give them a little treat, take them on a walk, give them a little scratch under the chin, a little pet on the bum, a little love. You know what I mean? We could all use a little scratch on the bum and a little love, right? So, but in all seriousness, if we could just do one random act of kindness daily, it would make the world a better place. And maybe one day when you need it, somebody will be there for you and do it for you, and it will come full circle. So always want to remind everyone of that. Okay. Ava says, thank you and enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much, Ava. And looking forward to our lesson tonight, my friend. Really looking forward to that. Paxton says, thanks all. Have a great day. You too, Paxton. And congratulations to you and Tracy. And I love to see the improvement and your progress. And you two are really becoming great traders. I think it's great that, Paxton and Tracy are a couple. I think it's really nice for a couple to have something in common. And, Paxton and Tracy went and learned trading together with me. And I'm sure they talk about it nonstop now, right? It's fun. It's fun to have something in common with your partner that, you can relate to, and especially something with the market where you can share each other's successes or failures, you know what I mean? But regardless, you're doing it together. Anya says, made nice chunk on Airbnb thanks to you and your group, Greg. Thank you. That is great, Anya, and I'm looking forward. We're going to do that deep dip buy course. I just have to see what my schedule is. It's been a little busy, but I'm glad we got your charts taken care of. Hope those are still looking good, and I will definitely let you know just as soon as my schedule clears up a little bit, okay? And I'm looking forward to working with you. And so hope you and the family, everything's going well. All right. So anyone have any other comments, any other jokes, any other haikus? Today is Tuesday, by the way. If your garbage day is tomorrow, make sure you put it out tonight. That is a reminder to me because I often tend to forget. And then I wake up in the morning and I hear the truck rumbling. And of course, I run like a crazy guy trying to get my garbage can down to the garbage truck. And of course, he always passes right before I get there and basically just laughs at me and flicks a cigarette at me. And I can hear him laughing all the way down the street like that they were going to stop. So avoid that embarrassment and put it down tonight. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, I think that's it then. I got to put ARC over in the garbage bin. There we go. All right, everybody, I think that's it. Have a good day. Be good. Drive safe. Be kind to each other. Remember your garbage tomorrow. Get some exercise. Study up on your charts. But just generally have a good rest of your day. All right? Appreciate you being here. And then on the way out, I have to run the U.S. Legal Scammer. Thanks again. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, Assy says, wouldn't you buy Upwork until tomorrow? You wouldn't buy Upwork until tomorrow. If you do, let's take a look. UPWK on the daily, right? No, I wouldn't yet, Osti, because we have not rejected the 200-day moving average. We haven't bounced at the 200-day moving average. We don't have an intraday rejection. See, look, I don't know if you're looking on your phone or where you're looking, but if the bar looked like this, then yes, I would, because it would have proven to me that the sellers at the bottom here there were no more sellers. It got rejected, came back up. That would be a test, right? It tested the prices underneath. So far, it has not tested the prices underneath, so I don't feel confident that those prices are going to get rejected. I want to wait till tomorrow to see if it goes under the 200 and then over the 200. That will give me more confidence that there's been a rejection and a test of those prices. A lot of times this 200-day moving average acts like a magnet. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, essentially. But, take me, for example. I'm not buying Upwork today because it has not rejected the 200-day moving average. There's probably thousands of other people out there that are not buying it because it hasn't rejected the 200-day moving average. So with all these thousands of people not buying, what do you think it's going to do? It's going to cause less buyers to be around and more likely to go down and test it. And then if it tests it, I'll be like, I'm on board. I'm buying it, and everyone else will as well. That's why moving averages, in my opinion, they're some self-fulfilling prophecies associated with it. So nope, I'm not going to anticipate that it's holding the 200-day moving average. I want to see it actually reject the 200, close back above, and that's when I would do it. Does that make sense? Michael says, thank you for everything. Zach says, Greg, has there been a new dog in your life yet? Oh, that's interesting. I was just thinking yesterday about a puppy. And actually, let me see if I can. Oh, I'm going to find it. And you know what did it? Let me see if I can find this for you. Here we go. Does that do it? Oh, dang. No, okay, I'm going to do it this way. Do it over here. Oh, come on. What is happening? Are you kidding me? Here we go. This was the picture that got me. That was the picture that got me. This is what my house used to look like. I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I didn't have 9. I had 8. 8 pups. But this is what I had running around me while I was trading. Can you imagine? And I clipped this out, and I was like, I really need to get a puppy. So it's really interesting, Zach, that you brought that up. But yeah, I'm going to get a little female pup, another little German Shepherd puppy. Waterbender says, it is garbage night. I'm telling you. Waterbender got in PLTR. Let's see. PLTR. So Waterbender bought it at $22.88. All right, you're in the money already. 4 cents. Way to go. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. Hope that makes sense. We'll talk soon, Asti, and we can get into the details on all of this stuff. Adorable. I know, it is adorable, right? It is adorable. Those little puppy ears, little puppy breath. Makes my toes curl. All right. Well, I think that's it, everyone. Unless anyone has any more puppy stories. I think that's it. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Oh, Zach says, too sweet. Shepherd's just like Katie. Yes, my Katie girl. I love her. Do it. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Zach. I'm going to do it for sure. So, all right. Yeah, I miss the Katie girl. Waterbender says, are you a breeder? No, I'm not. I had one German Shepherd. And then one morning I went outside and there was a little female puppy that came out in the mountains, and it looks like she had been through the worst night of her life. And I called her little girl and I said, come here, little girl. And I had to bribe her into the house, and she became my dog that day. And then her and my male dog, Marco, got together and they had the puppies, and we had 8 of them, and I gave away 3 and I kept 5. At one point I had 11 dogs. I had mom and dad, 8 puppies, and 1 large Saint Bernard. So obviously I love dogs, but now I have no dogs at the moment, but getting the female German Shepherd. But no, I am not a breeder. Not at all. Zach says, as a complete aside, I thought of you a couple nights ago. My Twitter feed had an AP article about DB Cooper. Your story and podcast on that were too cool. Yeah, you know what? This is the 50th anniversary of the DB Cooper hijacking. For those of you that maybe don't know, my dad is considered one of the top suspects of who was the person that was DB Cooper. There are 2 big books coming out this year about my father and his family, which includes me, and they're 2 competing writers. They're both doing it on my dad, Wolfgang Gossett. If anyone is interested, let me see if I can find this for you. Here we go. And I think what Zach was talking about was this interview I did on a podcast. There it is. If you'd like to know the whole story about my dad and why people think he's DB Cooper and all that good stuff, that is a 2.5, 3 hour podcast where I was interviewed by the DB Cooper people. But anyway, when those books come out about my dad, I will definitely let you guys know in case you're interested. I am very interested in reading it. Great story. I love German Shepherds. I do too. I've had German Shepherds for 30 years, Waterbender. And you were not here yet, but we, when I started this podcast, I had my German Shepherd, Katie, and she was here every day with me. She was my trading partner for years. So, yeah. Paxton says, I know all of it. I took a deep dip on D.B. Cooper. That's right. Paxton knows the whole story. I'm going to get you those 2 books, Packy, in case you're interested. But yeah, they're big books, big publishers, big books. So should be interesting. I hope the podcast is not filled with DB Cooper stuff. We have to keep it trading stuff. Not that I mind talking about DB Cooper, but I'm just saying after the book comes out. So Zach says, yep, that was the one. It was a great listen. All right. Thanks, buddy. All right. I'm going to put my hiking boots on. Going to go out for a hike. And then I'm teaching tonight. Looking forward to teaching Ava. So thanks for coming, Ava, and look forward to our lessons. All right. Okay. Take care. Thanks again for coming. Have a good day. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.